In this video series, we present some key findings from a new study called Shipyard Nuclear in Finland that Rauli Partanen did for the Eco-Modernist Society of Finland. This is the third video in the series. In the last video, we saw that by mid-century, fossil fuels will still play a very big role in most credible projections. From a climate perspective, this is quite alarming. Rauli, why do you think fossil fuels still show up with such large shares in these projections?
Well, basically, I see it boiling down into two things. So first, a big share of the fossil fuels are used in these hard to electrify sectors, such as industrial processes, long-haul transportation and shipping, maybe heating and cooking with natural gas and so forth. So even if these use cases could be switched to electricity in theory, in practice, it might be expensive or require building a lot of new infrastructure. And second reason might be the kind of good news. So nuclear is all but ignored in these projections. And especially nuclear's ability to produce affordable heat and clean hydrogen, which can then be used to replace a lot of those fossil fuels. And this is the opportunity that motivated me to write the study in the first place.
Right. I guess nuclear being ignored in these projections is a story on its own, but I want to ask a bit more about clean hydrogen. I know that hydrogen is not an energy source by itself, so we need to use energy to make hydrogen from water with some example electrolysis. What are scales we are talking about here? How much electricity we need in order to make a dent in fossil fuel consumption?
Well, now you get to the interesting part. As we can see from the graph, having a round number of about 1 billion tons of hydrogen production by 2050 would be enough to make a dent in the projected fossil fuels use. So to make 1 billion tons of hydrogen, we would need roughly 40 petawatt hours of electricity. And let's get that into context. Today, the world uses around 27 petawatt hours of electricity. So it's about 1.5 times our current global electricity use. It's quite a lot.
Sounds like a lot. And that will be in addition to replacing fossil fuels in current electricity production and then also expanding that electricity production to meet growing demand. Am I right?
You're absolutely right. We also need to replace a lot of retiring power plants and wind turbines and solar panels. And this is why we need to rethink how we build nuclear.
Obviously. Thank you for watching and see you on the next one.